Alrighty, we are on the play for the first round. Let's see what we got. We have a perfectly keepable hand. We've got double Astral Leap on turn 2, and we got some cards to play afterwards, so I'm perfectly happy keeping this hand. Go ahead and get our island now. Don't really want to waste time here. And then get our automatic yields going. Did I just... I added the forest, so now I have to rechange all my things. Alright, doesn't really matter that we got the forest instead of the island, because we're going to have a million filter artifacts, but that was a good way to start. At least we learned now, rather than later. We need to be careful about clicking, because we need to get in the middle between the forest and plains to get our island. Let's see what they got. Oh. Okay. I don't think you should put this in Boggles, right? If you had Street Wraith and Boggles, your mulligans are just awful. Because, like, what if you have a 7 of double Street Wraith, no creature, but you have everything else? You can't keep that, right? You have to just throw it back. Anyway, I think Street Wraith is a little bit too ambitious of a plan. Well, they missed their line drop, so let's see if we can find an anti-combat card soon enough. Go ahead and compulsive here. We've got a land to discard, looking for Tron, and there's an anti-combat card. Excellent. We do have a few turns. What? Oh. Well, this deck looks unplayable. This isn't Boggles at all. This is 5-color Stompy. I mean, you just land grant here, right? There's no reason not to. You're fine thinning out another forest, and you don't want to show another card, so yeah. Alright. And then Abundant Growth, so they have a mystery card in hand. Now they get to double Rancor up the Core Skyfisher, and Lightning Bolt, huh? This deck appears to be too slow to be running Street Wraith. The 2 life actually matters, right? I mean, if you're spending time playing 2 mana 2/3s and setting up your mana, you're not playing like 1 mana 3/3s or whatever that you would want Street Wraith to help fuel. Well, they're thinking. It seems pretty obvious you should just double Rancor here, right? What's the worst that could happen? Ah, they top deck a Seeker. Alright, so we know all their cards. Yeah, Moment Speed should be very good here. Let's start with a... Oh. I was going to start with a Prism, but I just ripped the map, so... Let's just get a Mine in play. Yeah, I guess I have to Moments Piece here. I was trying to think if I could get away with just sandbagging it. Because I do want to keep this Moments Piece around, so if I draw a wall in future turns, I don't miss out, but they're going to get the prowess triggers off the Seeker, so we're going to want to go ahead and Moments Peace. Which means I probably should have done that now, so in case they drew a Dispel. Well, let's see, that's 4, 6, 8, 10. Then Vines doesn't kill me, so I don't think they're just going to Vines here. What am I boarding here? More anti-combat cards. I guess we'll see if we find more creatures. If they've got more creatures, then maybe we want Lone Missionary, but we don't want it here. Go ahead and get our auto yields on here. Alright, they're suiting up Seeker. That's good, because now we get to horror the Seeker if we want to. Rather than something else. So next turn, we go Prism, see what we draw. If it's blank, we go Tower, tap 2 high towers and 2 artifacts for horror, and then target their Seeker and see what they want to do. Ah, they're splitting it up. Alright, cool. Fine by me. I guess that means they don't have Fling in their deck. So that's both Rancors. I guess I'm just going to bounce the Forest. And get rid of the Abundant Growth. Which means I do want to just sit, preserve my life total. Yeah, horroring that forest seems very nice. But we get to lead. Oh my god, that is annoying. We get to lead with a Prism and see what we are going to draw. That's not great, but, you know, playable. In that I literally can play it once I have a mana, but... I guess that's worse than just a land, too. Whatever. So right now I'm just blocking Seeker. They're just bolting me. I guess if they're losing the red mana, they can just ditch it. Yeah. Alright. Dig it. And I guess I do have to use this Moment's Peace, huh? Well, I'll just block and see what happens, huh? No, I want the horror around. Ugh, this is tough. I guess if I block and they Vines, it's a forest Moment's Peace, which seems okay. Because then I get a Vines out of their hand. What I don't want to do is, I guess just trading off Seeker for Horror here lets them hold up double Vines and then have a Core Skyfisher, and I don't have an anti-combat card. If I miss for another turn. Although I am drawing a lot of cards. Alright, well, we'll see what they do. Maybe they just chain off a bunch of cantrips and tap themselves down. That'll help out a lot. I can get rid of that bolt. 2 different ones, huh? Zendikar and Modern Masters. So from their perspective, they can Vines to make me use Moment's Peace, and then they get to maybe develop their board more next turn. Maybe they have got some enchantments they want to play. Taking the 4 doesn't seem horrible. Yeah, alright. I think I'm talking myself into this. There's a non-zero chance that I'm going to be able to drain both Vines out of their hand by Mulch-Rifting and Flickering it a couple times. Plus a Prism. But first things first, let's draw 2 cards. Because if we draw a Mnemonic Wall, then we can lock the game up. Close enough, anyway. Well, those are not good cards. Go ahead and Flicker here, build Vines. I think we can Vines again, or we can Flicker again to get the other Vines out of their hand. And then we'll see what we are drawing. Alright, so let's just target a Prism just to be sure. Do not want to misclick here. Now, do I Moment's Peace just to save 6 life next turn? Well, I guess it depends on what we're drawing off these artifacts. They have the vines here. They're priced into using the vines now. Ooh, Pulse. It's a pretty good draw. Tower is also a very good draw. Because now I get to go either Prism or Map plus Ash Barrens. I think I'll do Prism. That's pretty good too. I guess I can't counter an Astrolabe or the first land enchantment they play, but if they just vines, like if they have a third vines and they just give it +4/+4, I think I Condescend there. Unearth. Oh, Cycling. Okay. I was like, okay, no, that doesn't make sense. This is not Raise Dead. It's just return a small creature. I was like, oh, they can just cycle it for 2 life and one black mana, and no, that's not how that works. That's not how that works at all. Also, different arts. What are you doing? Look at this frame. That's a cool looking frame. Look at this frame. This looks like an actual Magic card. Anyway. I'll take it. Alright. In turn, we'll go ahead and pulse back. I don't want to hit Denrobo Horror, but I think Muldrifter is safer. I think being safe here is good. Let's just play a Muldrifter. Yeah. I guess just playing another Muldrifter is safer than anything else. Start with Astrolabe. There's a wall. Given I found wall, I'm gonna pass, discarding map. I'm gonna just hold up a big Condescend, or I Condescend for 1 plus Moment's Peace. Right now I'm just double blocking because I can wall back Pulse and Pulse back things, and also have another Muldrifter in hand. And this might provoke another Pump spell from my opponent. And if they just lose their creature, I can use Condescend to counter their creature that they're trying to replace it with. And I'm at 9. Not an instant. Huh. They just traded there. That is strange to me. Very strange to me. I'm not missing anything, right? Maybe they... What? Huh. I'm confused. Extremely confused. Alright. We got the Flicker in hand. I'm just gonna play a Muldrifter, see what we draw. Draw Stonehorn, which should lock the game up soon enough. I'm not gonna play anything. Just gonna hold up a couple Flickers. Maybe they have a haste creature? They can Vines my wall and I lose the Flicker, and I don't really care. I've just got so much going on here, and my opponent has nothing going on that I can just jam pretty safely. And also the game's locked up now. Also Windows sounds for some reason. Might as well get the Astrolabe. I'm going to beat my opponent to death in a couple turns. I've got the Prohibit now, so I can play this Muldrifter and leave up Prohibit plus the Condescend. And the Flicker if I need it. They're on a 2-turn clock. They should be they should be dead. I do have to discard a lot of cards though. Ugh. It feels bad to discard all these wonderful cards that have gotten me so far. But oh well. I'm just gonna ditch both Flickers. Or rather 2 Flickers. I've got a Flicker in hand and I have a Teachings for Ephemerate, so Suppose I'll just horror here. Make him discard a land. Attack wall. Attack wall. And they should be dead here. I counter a mana fixer and any creature I counter, so. And they are defeated. And also their deck looks bizarre. Alright. So they have 5-color stuff. Definitely putting in anti-combat cards. I do not know if I want Lone Missionary yet. Serene Heart seems good enough because they have the Abundant Growth. And at the worst, it could save you a couple of life off our Rancors. But I don't know if they're a weird big build of Boggles that plays Vines, or if they're just traditional pump spells, which plays Rancor. Because Rancor is great. You're going to play Rancor, right? Anyway, maybe Flicker. Don't want any of the blast yet. We'll figure out what they're boarding first. Don't want Gut Shot, and I don't think I want Shattering Pulse, though I could see a way to bring them. They are running Astrolabes for sure. There'd be no reason to not run them. They've got a bunch of basic lands, which are snow basics. They're running Abundant Growth, so I'm guessing they have Astrolabes, but I'm not bringing in Shattering Pulse just to kill Astrolabe, because then if they just draw an Abundant Growth, then the Shattering Pulse is not great. And I've got pretty good cards already. So, they're certainly going to have Pyroblast or Dispel. So Condescend's pretty mediocre, and we're on the draw. I think I want Dispel. I usually want to keep it in just for Vines of Vastwood. However, my opponent has demonstrated that they have the ability to cast whatever instance, like they're running Lightning Bolt. So I think I need to keep Dispel in just as a hedge against whatever their counterplay is. So I'm going to cut a Flicker and a Horror, and I'm going to keep in the Pulse. Alright, I think that's what we're doing. Let's see how it works out. Poorly, let's draw a new hand. Yeah, I just need like another land. If I guess if the Wall or Ephemerate were a snow land, I'd keep it. Maybe the Compulsive too. That was snow land. Yeah, I would do that. I would keep Ephemerate, Flicker, Dignitary, Wall, 2 lands, and an Astrolabe. But this is clearly not keepable, so we'll toss it. And our opponent has mulligan as well. I wonder if they're getting got by those Street Wraiths. I guess they're playing Land Grant, so that means they're 5-color green. Interesting. Very interesting. Tough mulligan decision for them. I'm going to put back the tower. I've got 3 lands to evoke a Muldrifter, but this hand is extremely weak. No anti-combat card, no mana fixer, no... It's just dorky. But I'm not going to go to 5. I've got 2 pieces of Tron and an island, so... Hopefully this Dispel does some good work, but it likely will not. They're thinking real hard over there. Do they have a sketchy? No, maybe they're just thinking about what to put back. But I had plenty of time to think about what to put back because they took so long. Alright, let's see what we're up against. Jessian Thief. This deck's not playable. Their deck doesn't function without Astrolabe or the Abundant Growth, so I don't think this deck is playable. Oh, Trigger Mage is really good. Really good. Alright. Yep. Definitely should not be playing Street Wraith in this deck either. Unless there's some combo we don't know about. Playing Street Wraith is just going to make their mulligan decisions impossible. Like, they have to find the color fixer as well. They found the Astrolabe, so that's one thing for them. Another Street Wraith, another one of these. They have a Dispel. They play this, and now they play a 2-drop Seeker, I assume. Yeah. They get Skyfisher and Astrolabe next turn. But for now, we are going to go ahead and get our Prism in play. I'm not going to chump. I want to keep this around for the Jesse and Thief. Alright. Jesse and Thief Rancor is pretty good. It's not better than just playing Muldrifter next turn, but it's pretty good. Alright, if they tap out here, then it makes things easy. If they have another land drop, though, I think I have to play my island before playing Muldrifter, so I can play Dispel while leaving a Flicker. Oh, okay. We're just going to play our Muldrifter and see what we draw. If we draw a Stonehorn at some point, we are in great shape. Yeah, that's worth casting. Let's play an Astrolabe. And then Moment's Peace. Yep, I'll just pass. We'll see if they play anything pre-combat. If they tap their Astrolabe down, and they don't have Dispel up, I get to use Flicker to full effect. But if they just swing, I get to double block here, and there's like not a whole lot that can go wrong. Because if they Vines, I'll just Moment's Peace and Dispel. There, Dispel. And if they just swing for 2, then cool. They're not playing Rancor, right? Unbridled Growth. Alrighty. Alright, Serene-Heart, you have a target. Which isn't actually a target, but, well, I get to take them to 1 color mana at some point. Oh. Okay. I think just playing Jesse and Thief is better than this. Because now if they miss on land and miss on plays, then they're in a bad shape. And what is this? Skyfishy? Yeah, I'll let them get back and forth if they want. Yeah. Yeah, playing Jesse and Thief is way better here, I think. Oh, they are playing Rancor. Alright. This was weak. I think just playing Thief and having a Rancor for it would be better. I mean, my opponent's in a really bad spot because I'm just, like, insanely ahead here, but it seems like my opponent had better options. Let's start with this. We need to hit a land drop. We need to hit more anti-combat cards, and I would like more color fixers as well. Start with an Astrolabe. There we go. Stonehorn doesn't get dispelled, and I'm not worried about Fling, because my opponent doesn't have like power in play, so we get to just play a Stonehorn. Looking for a wall now, try to lock the game up. We have Ephemerate for Teachings at some point, or Teachings for Ephemerate at some point. I don't think there's anything my opponent can do. If this was the best line my opponent could take last turn, I don't think there's anything my opponent can do to get out of this. As long as we have a wall in the next 20 cards. Yep. Skyfisher doesn't even work with this. This is yet another Astrolabe deck that completely folds if it doesn't have Astrolabe. It has the Abundant Growths as basically Astrolabes, but you still have to have one of those cards or your deck does nothing. And I don't think that means it's a very good archetype. Yeah, I'll just play a Muldrifter. Play Stonehorn. Go. Like, I don't think a single hand my opponent has is keepable if it doesn't have Astrolabe or Abundant Growth in it. Even with Unbridled Growth, I don't think you can keep a hand with just green mana, Unbridled Growth, and a bunch of dorks. Because, like, you don't get cantrip off your Skyfishers, your Seekers are weak, because you can't loop Skyfisher into Abundant Growth or Astrolabe into more Skyfishers. I don't know. LOL Relic. Alright. Oh man, that Relic is not going to be good for my opponent, but... Well, maybe I'll miss. I have a feeling I'm going to be able to flashback this Moment's Peace, though. Need to worry about my research getting exiled, I suppose. I can't afford to research because I have a horror in the board and the Condescend. So if my horror is the bottom two cards and my Convulsive gets research, I kind of lose. But, well, we can hope that doesn't happen. And, well, it's unlikely to happen. So right now my opponent attacks, I double block a Skyfisher, and then I eat their Seeker with 2 Dignitaries. Maybe feed a Trinket Mage to it so it doesn't just bounce if it doesn't survive if they play 1 instant. Now I'll double block because I just want to flashback this Moment's Peace. When my opponent has Relic in play, I want to just use the stupid Moment's Peace. I can feed the Relic one more time, I guess. Let's see if they're playing something. Okay, opponent. We gotta play this game sometime. My opponent has less than 10 minutes left. Alright, I'm just gonna sit here, I suppose. Contemplating. Yeah, I'll trade a Stonehorn for a Seeker and a Muldrifter for a Skyfisher, if they offer that trade. Sure. Do you want to Dispel? No? Cool. End of turn, I'm going to Teachings for Teachings, and then Dispel if they Dispel. It'll force them to crack one of the relics. Otherwise, get the flashback back. Seems pretty good to me. And then I have the Ash Barrens to feed the other relic. They could also just let this resolve, and then just sack the relic. But that Dispel's kind of rotting in their hands, so I don't think that's a good play. Like, I know about the Dispel, it's just so hard to get that used, right? There we go. Like, if they pass up here, I'm just going to set up another time where I can play around their Dispel. So. Yep. I'll go ahead and Teachings for Teachings. And they should crack a relic here. If they don't crack relic, I'm just going to immediately sack the flashback Teachings on my turn, so. Seems pretty good for me. Alright, but maybe they're double queuing, but I mean, they're down a game and they're gonna time out if they keep playing in the space. Relic is so bad when you don't use it. I'm just gonna play a mnemonic wall. What you got, opponent? I'm gonna target my Dispel. I'm gonna flashback my teachings if they crack. Alright. They are thinking. Oh, I got a flashback for free. That's cool. Cool. Get my ephemerate so I can start, oh. Right. Oh my god, Relic is so bad. It's just so bad. I'm gonna cycle Ash Barrens, so I have to feed the Relic anyway. Might as well do it now. Go ahead and say, go. So my ephemerate comes off and I target wall. Oh, they let me see their hand. There is a downside to Land Grant. They now have Pyroblast, but I got the Dispel back because Relic's really bad. So if they core Skyfisher returning the Relic, and they have an untapped Relic, I guess I have to feed the Relic again. But I can just use the Serene Heart to do that. And now if they crack the Relic, if they sack the Relic to get rid of my Ephemerate, I can Teachings for Ephemerate back to Ephemerate back to Teachings, and their Relic did nothing. Which means they need to just sack the stupid Relic, right? So they can try to kill me. But people never sacrifice the Relic, so... 6-4, huh? Vines. I'm just gonna block. Block all day, block all night. Ah, they needed to kill the, they needed to kill this Muldrifter. That's why they rearranged them. My opponent's just never going to finish the third game. Even if I lose, right? Even if I have 10 lands on top or whatever. Like if my next 10 draw steps are all lands, whatever. Stupid. This is stupid. Well, they're not going to be able to kill both Dignitaries because I can Serene Heart. Well, maybe they're going to Vines the Seeker. I don't think that's going to work, but we'll see. Okay. So it's 11. Well, this card ain't going to get better, so... Go back to hand, Rancor. I saved my shrink mage this way. Alright, cool. Combat should be locked up now. Because I have enough enough stuff to feed the relic for their taps. I've got Pulse to get back a Stonehorn at some point if I need to, and I get to Ephemerate here. They can't Pyroblast because then I just Dispel. They know about the Dispel, so. And if they crack here, I get to Teachings for Ephemerate. Yeah, alright. Alright. Get back Ephemerate. Actually, let's do it different. So I go ahead, Ephemerate the wall, get back Teachings, and then Pulse back Stonehorn. Alright. Don't think I need to do anything else, so I won't. Relic is so bad. I think I've said that enough, but I'm going to keep saying it, because it bears repeating. Do not play Relic of Progenitus. Anyway, Vines have gone. They still have Pyroblast. I guess I can top deck a counter, and I don't have a Pulse anymore. So they Pyroblast here, I Dispel, and they counter back. I'm not going to be able to stop them. But then I draw 4 cards on the upkeep from the Ephemerates. Plus, I can Teachings for a Flicker, and I have another Muldrifter in hand. So, I lose if my bottom... they did top deck another counterspell. Alright, that's unfortunate. I think burning my Pulse to get back the... What? Oh, they just have another Pyroblast and I can use that? Okay. Now they're just gonna... Okay. Yeah, they didn't have anything. They just played their cards. They didn't bother thinking about it. They just played their cards. Gonna have to get that prohibited in a second, but... Well, we've got time. I'm gonna go ahead and get back my Teachings. We got more Flickers in the library, and we've got the Ephemerates in hand. Did I just tap really badly? Yeah, I did. Wait, no. I guess I thought I clicked the island, but whatever. Doesn't matter. Opponent is extremely dead. Gonna get back to spell. I still have my Compulsive, yeah. If my bottom 3 cards were Wall, Horror, I still had enough time to deck them. And I had 2 counterspells to protect myself, plus a bunch of Flickers. So I believe my opponent was locked out there. Their deck is weird and cool, but again, it's another deck that completely folds if it doesn't have Astrolabe or, I guess, Abundant Growth. And I don't think that's... Like, Boggles is already... It needs to have a bunch of cards, and then does good things if it does. Like, Boggles needs green mana, white mana somehow, an armor or a mask, and then a trample source, plus the Boggle. This deck needs a bunch of lands. An Astrolabe or Abundant Growth. I really don't think Unbridled Growth is going to cut it. And then it needs beaters, and it needs more pump spells on those beaters. Because it doesn't have, like, with Boggles, if you play 3 Abundant Growths or Utopia Sprawls, and then 1 creature, your mask, your Ancestral Mask, is big. And then if you slam an Armadillo Cloak on that, you're going to beat any deck that cares about your life total. This deck, it plays a bunch of Astrolabes and Abundant Growths and a bunch of lands, and then like a Rancor, it's not getting as much of a benefit out of their previous plays as Boggles would. Anyway, We are at 67 players, 7 rounds, and that means a bunch of X2s are getting in. So let's see if we can win the first 5. Have good tiebreakers. That would be nice. If not, well, hopefully we just draw lands and spells and just win the die roll and just cruise on into the final.